All things going on in the Karen Read case real quickly. First, the Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts is taking the appeal that the defense attorneys brought over Judge Cannoni's denial of Karen Read's motion to dismiss based on violation of her Sixth Amendment rights, saying that the jury did come to verdicts on 2 of the counts and therefore she cannot be retried because it is a violation of double jeopardy. And they are saying that that is the reason the case cannot go forward to retrial on those 2 counts. They also are appealing Judge Cannoni's decision to not allow them to ask the full panel of 12 jurors if they did in fact reach that decision. A full panel from the SJC is going to hear this case. The briefing schedule is going through the end of October. Oral arguments are set for November 2024. At present, the current retrial date for Karen Read is set for January 27th, 2025. So we're going to be cutting it close between the ruling from the SJC after oral arguments. It often will take them a month or more to rule on cases. So we will see when that ruling comes down and whether or not the defense will start asking Judge Cannoni to bump out the trial a little further. But we also know now that there is a new special prosecutor brought into the Karen Read case who had represented Whitey Bulger as a defense attorney. He has worked apparently as both a prosecutor and defense attorney and was brought in by elected DA Michael Morrissey to head up the retrial of Karen Read. Is what we need another prosecutor? I don't know if what we need is another prosecutor. Will fresh eyes on the case be helpful? Maybe. But you know what's not going to be helpful is the continued disciplinary action against officers investigating this case. Should there be disciplinary action? Yes, I'm not saying there shouldn't. I'm saying that going forward at a retrial with a substantial amount of investigators that have been disciplined because of their action in this investigation is going to make it more difficult. You have Trooper Proctor, who's been relieved without pay with ongoing investigations. Sergeant Bukhenik was just disciplined for not disciplining Trooper Proctor, who was sending inappropriate text messages in the group text to his supervisors. And instead of saying, wow, you can't do that, they were like, heart to the message. We have seen Kevin Albert disciplined for going to the bar with Trooper Proctor after they were out investigating a case and having drinks while on duty. We have seen investigations and mild discipline of other officers. The discipline for Bukhenik for not supervising Trooper Proctor appropriately, he had to give up 5 banked leave days. And the discipline for Kevin Albert is that he had to work 3 8-hour shifts without pay. I wonder if he didn't have any banked vacation days, and that's why they had him work shifts without pay. Those were the disciplinary actions there. So appeal is ongoing, new lead prosecutor, and continued fallout from the appalling investigation in this case. Are we done? Not even close. Not even close to done. But if the SJC allows oral arguments in this case to be streamed, you know I'm going to be covering it. It's going to sound very much like what we heard in front of Judge Cannoni. It's the same arguments. It's just them taking it up to an appellate court saying, hey, your honors, instead of just the one, your honors. The lower court judge doesn't get it. So we need you to understand that this is the problem. I imagine that their ultimate goal is to get counts 1 and 3 dismissed, but they are hoping that at a minimum, they get to interview the jurors to see if there is in fact a consensus, because we don't know yet. For deep dives into the stories that I covered here, you can find them on my YouTube channel at The Emily D. Baker and The Emily Show podcast. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. The podcast goes live on Wednesdays. And if you want to stay in the loop with everything I'm doing, receive the fastest notifications out there, and get more Law Nerd community, join me at lawnerdapp.com, our free app for iOS and Android.